years later to become the first ever undisputed champion in the history of the business. Which is a huge accomplishment, something that I still hang my hat on every day. Now you would think that because it's such a big deal, I must have known about this for months beforehand. It must have been decided with meticulous storytelling and warnings so I could think of what to do, and you would know all of this stuff. No, that's not how that had happened. You know how I found out that I was going to become the undisputed champion, the first ever undisputed champion? You know how? I was in catering. And I was sitting there minding my own beeswax, eating my food, and right over here was Vince McMahon and The Undertaker. And Vince started talking loudly where he knew I could hear it, but he wasn't talking to me. And he said, "Hey, Taker, you know how you know the business is going down the toilet?" "How, Vince?" "When we're putting the belt on Jericho." Is there another Jericho? And that's how I found out, literally hours before the show, with a thinly veiled insult. And that's why, like, when you see these great championship victories of the past, and Bret Hart would be in the ring with 65 Hart brothers, and they'd all be jumping up and down, and the whole family would be there. I had no family when I won the Undisputed Championship because I didn't fucking know until 6 hours before. So we do the match, and I beat The Rock, and then I beat Steve Austin, and there's a big pomp and circumstance, and Vince is raising my hands. You saw it earlier, the confetti's dropping from the ceiling, and the crowd in San Diego is completely dead. Because I think they were thinking, they put the fucking belt on that guy? Him? Huh? But it was great, and I'm standing there for a couple extra seconds. Now, Roddy Piper had told me years ago that the loneliest position in wrestling is in the main event. Because when you get to the back, everyone's gone. Because they take the moment to leave during your match to beat the crowd. Well, not only was everybody gone, so was Vince when I came back through. He was literally just standing beside me 30 seconds ago. He must have just fucking got in and just ran. Everybody was gone. There was a janitor sweeping up the floor. "Good job, buddy." And that was it. And then, in classic WWE fashion, you don't just get to bask in your glory. No, I had to go to the next town, which was Anaheim, about a 2-hour drive from San Diego. So I get in the car and I drive to the Hilton, and I get inside. I get there at 11:55, and I go to the counter, and the guy behind the counter is wearing a name tag, and his name is Regis P. O'Rourke Jr. Real name. Regis P. O'Rourke Jr. So not only does this guy have to carry that stupid name around his whole life, but apparently his dad did too. Regis P. O'Rourke Sr., apparently. So I go up there and I'm like, "Hey man, I'm checking in. Can I get something to eat?" He's like, "No, the restaurant closes at midnight." I'm like, "Well, it's 11:55. I mean, they must still..." "Nope, they are closed at midnight. They stop serving at 11:30. I'm like, "Well, wouldn't that mean they're closed at 11:30? He goes, "Don't get smart." "Okay, is there anything else I can eat around here, Mr. O'Rourke Jr.? "You can get pizza, Domino's." So he gives me this menu. I go up to my room. I open my bag. I pull the 2 title belts out, put them on the bed, put them on naked, look at myself in the mirror. I call for a pizza, and about 30 minutes later, I get a call from Regis in my room. "Your pizza's here." I said, "Well, tell him to send it to the room." "No, they do not deliver to the room. You have to come down and claim your pizza." I'm like, "All right." So I go downstairs, collect my pizza, walk back upstairs, and find out that I've locked myself out of my room. Walk back downstairs, go over to Regis and say, hey man, I locked myself out of my room." "Well, I need to see your ID before I can let you in." "I was just down here like 30 minutes ago. You gave me the pizza menu and..." "I don't care. I need to see your ID." "I'm locked out of my room. The ID's in the room." "Well, that's tough luck for you then. I'm not gonna let you in your room." really having fun with this Regis imitation.
I'm not gonna let you in your room. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm like, dude, like, you gotta let me in the room. He's like,
Okay, I will walk you to your room, but you better have something in that room that I know for sure it's yours.
once again, fucker, you just checked me in, but okay, let's go up to my room. We go up there, we get to the door, he opens it up, he goes,
You stay right there. Don't move.
what do you have in your room? I'm like, okay, you know what's in that room? 2 fucking world titles. Because I'm the new Undisputed Champion, bitch. Regis goes,
We'll see about that.
he goes into the room, he comes back out about 20 seconds later, goes,
Your story checks out. You can go in your room, but I'm watching you.
I just made that last part up. That'd be great if Regis would have said,
I'm watching you.
So I go in my room, I sit on the edge of the bed, I put the pizza, I open the pizza box, and I take my shoe off, and as I take my shoe off, I accidentally bump the side of the box, it falls onto the carpet, topping side first. I pick it up, I wipe some dust bunnies off it, I start eating it, it's cold. And this is what you get to eat when you're the first ever Undisputed Champion. Cold, dusty pizza. There's no hookers and blow for Jericho. Hard to believe, right? You guys didn't know that, did you? You thought that there was a fine banquet when you're the champion, and you thought that there was lots of potted plants around that you could take to the ring, and not necessarily true.